Hi guys, this is Chris. Remember, the Holistic Health Coach. In today's video, I would like to share with you 3 very practical lifestyle hacks to lower your stress level, to reduce your stress level before you're even getting out of the bed in the morning. When my alarm rings in the morning on my phone, I simply switch off my alarm and imagine what I'm doing next. I am putting the phone by side again. At night when I'm going to sleep, I set my phone on flight mode so I don't receive any notifications, any emails or anything, so that I'm not tempted in the morning to open my emails or scroll through Facebook, Instagram and Twitter and what so on. I mean, seriously, should your first thoughts in the morning go to your boss that is sending you an email with all the tons of things that you still have to do, or going through Facebook where you see your friends sharing their insights on the latest Game of Thrones episodes, or seeing Donald Trump's latest tweets on Twitter? So by refraining from just like taking your phone first thing in the morning, scrolling through all the notifications that you have, you actually have some well-deserved you time that is just for yourself. You don't have to think about like all the things that you have to do for the day and all those other kind of things. And what I recommend you is like try to not touch your phone until you're actually fully awake. That might mean until you have taken a shower, until you have had breakfast, or whatever that means to you, like when you're fully awake. I really promise you that just this tiny little lifestyle hack can help you lower your stress level. If not first thing in the morning, you're flooded by everything that's going on in the world. You should try it. The second thing I am doing, that I'm doing when I'm actually not taking my phone and scrolling through all the social media, what I'm doing is I'm drinking a really big cup of room temperature warm water. Because after a long night of sleep, let's say approximately 8 hours, your body really needs to hydrate because you didn't drink anything during the last 8 hours. So obviously that's the first advantage that you're doing by drinking water first thing in the morning. And drinking this big cup of water in the morning will start your metabolism right away. Your body will start eliminating remaining toxins that you have in your body that it can eliminate right now because you have an empty stomach. So instead of processing food, it can process all the remaining toxins that you have in your body. The second effect a big cup of room temperature water in the morning has is that your digestion is being started. The advantage of that is that once you're having breakfast later on, if your digestive system is already running, your breakfast will be digested much faster and better than it usually would be. What's important here is that the water is actually has room temperature. It should not be like super cold, because your body or your digestive system first has to warm up or cool down everything that we eat or drink to our body's temperature. So that means like if you would drink a cup of ice cold water, like you'd completely shock your body first thing in the morning, and obviously that is not the goal of what we want to achieve with that. Our goal is to really nurture our body with a nice big cup of clean water that has room temperature. And I can promise you that if you're doing that, you'll feel more energy, your brain will be less, or your head will be less groggy in general. Like you'll just feel better like drinking immediately a big cup of water in the morning. And I mean, who doesn't have issues to drink enough water during the day? So you'll start the day off simply by already drinking like a big portion of the water you should per day. Doing that in the morning before you're even getting out of bed. Then the next thing I am doing as soon as I can keep my eyes open is I am writing down what I am grateful for in the 5-minute journal. That means I am writing down 3 things I am grateful for. I am writing down 3 things that would make my day ahead great, and I write down a daily affirmation. Like, you don't have to do all of this, but that's just the way I am doing it. What I would, however, recommend you is that you're writing down 3 things that you are grateful for. And this doesn't have to be like this 5-minute journal. It can just simply be a normal notebook or a piece of paper where you're writing it down. But I really recommend you like writing it down, because doing that, it makes sure that you start your day off with a positive mindset. And my journal is lying like right next to me on my nightstand, so that first thing in the morning, like as soon as I open my eyes, I see it lying there and it reminds me, oh, okay, now you have to write down what you're grateful for. And by doing so, you actually train your brain to be more positive. I see the effect of that like really a lot on days where I wake up. You know, like we all have those days where we wake up and we feel like, oh, like not so good, like not in the best of moods. And if you're forcing yourself to actually write down 3 things that you're grateful for, like your brain or your mood goes from blah to, oh, this is actually not so bad. So I really recommend you doing that. And with time, you'll realize that like you'll just have a different point of view on most of the situations, that you're looking at things more positively than you would usually do. Important as well is that the things that you're writing down don't have to be huge things. Like they can be very simple but meaningful things for you. That can be, for example, I'm grateful that the sun is finally shining again. Or I am grateful that I was able to deliver a specific task at work on time. So it doesn't really have to be like something like huge, but just something that that you know means something to you, and that's something that you are grateful for. These are 3 small habits that can have a tremendous effect on how you start into the day. What I would recommend you doing is trying to implement them into your everyday life. Easiest thing usually is do a 30-day challenge. So set yourself the challenge that you're gonna do this for every day during 30 days. And once you've done that, after that, like you simply assess how you feel and if it had any effects on you or not. I'm pretty sure it is gonna have effects on you. I'm sure you will feel less stressed on the way to work. You'll simply feel that you have a little bit more energy, and that most importantly, you're more present. Like you're not already like 3 hours ahead and like all the things that you still have to do and everything, but you'll simply be a little bit more present and in the now. So I hope that you liked today's video, and if you have any questions or if you want to share with me how you start into the day, feel free to reach out to me. Okay guys, sending you much love. Bye, see you next time.